Well, here we are again, the 22nd Brisbane Artists Evening of Sharing. Thank you all for coming out in the rain and all to join us and celebrate the amazing talent in this town. We have a fantastic show for you. Once again, the Brisbane artists have come out with all their hearts to share their work and their passion with you. So I want to also just take a minute to thank the City Council for their continued support all these years of this fabulous event that we all look forward to. Thank you for some of you who came tonight. And we're going to start off this show with Luna Jenn. They are here representing Lyrical Opposition. Many of you may know that we have a new storefront, and I'm going to let them tell you more about it and sing a song.
Everyone. It's a little bright. Can't see your beautiful faces, but we're here. I'm very honored to be representing Lyrical Opposition. I work for Lyrical Opposition. I'm multifaceted, so I'm an artist, I'm an independent artist who travels along and does gigs with them. We also do poetry workshops, we do writing workshops, we do a lot of workshops for schools, anything related to social justice, to the arts, to faith, everything that is all good. And we also have a record shop at our office at 132 Visitation Avenue, right in front of the library. So if you're interested in just popping through, vinyls are $5 or less. They're very affordable. We're there Saturdays, 12 to 4. We also have a lot of other projects, like a documentary called Regentrification. You'll get to hear and see more about it later on today. Cool. That was plenty promo. Let's get to the art. Because we do a lot of art related to justice, I wanted to bring this song. It's called We Will Make No Peace with Oppression.
Your strength.
Next up, we have another fantastic talent from Lyrical Opposition, and I'd like to welcome Kristen Bustos to come up.
Yes, Bustos. Thank you for pronouncing it correctly. Whoa, I'm nervous. Okay. Yeah, I'm just an admin person doing artistry tonight. I do a lot of the administrative work for Lyrical Opposition. Our friend Figo was supposed to do rap, so I'm gonna do rap for him. And and after that, we're gonna go into a film. And my rehearsal went terrible, and I forgot my lyrics for the rap last night, so hopefully this goes well. We're located on 132 Visitation Avenue. Yeah, do it for the block, ahead of a new era. Yeah, I'm fitted for the top. I'm getting my run back. I can pivot through the slot. I'm a star amongst boys like Emmett with the rock. 2 2s, you can get that 16 plus 6. Duck quick, I'm footloose and move like slick. Mike Vick, not psychic. My rhymes right print. I slide in the booth and flip like sidekicks. I'm rising, so focused and analyzing right. So sick when the boys spit, they sanitize the mic. My life is a blueprint, homie, no pen. I can write a verse with a fork, I'm that hungry. No pencils or any utensils. My flow so hot you can match it with 10 hills. My name ring things engaged like a 12, make you other rappers screech. Get saved by the bell, cause your boy bring balance. Game by the scale, outweighing. Yeah, I forgot my lyrics, but yeah. Lyrics, yeah, thank you. Okay, thank you. I remembered it. Lyrics on the come up, incline with the words, live life like a one-up, Super Mario the verbs, perpetual flow, something you can never outlast, bypass the trash, play one role like a typecast, a new era of rap, the old ain't the same, flows are watered down basic, they hydroplane, NBC the game like we did right here, the movements like Hadoukens cause we downright fierce, blending through the game cause I'm in with the mix. I'm a beast, say some marks like 666 and I'm 777, final destination heaven. City of Brisbane, City of Stars, it's the secret weapon. Yeah, never gonna stop, never gonna flop. Empire in the air, gonna keep rising to the top. Don't care how my street cred or stats look. Lyrical Opposition, only stay with one click like MacBooks. Okay, all right, we're gonna go. Thank you. Yeah, this is our third one. We're really proud to be here. Lyrical Opposition's been here since 2020. This is our third year, invited by Beth. Thank you so much. I'm a resident here as well, and this is a film that we're gonna do. It's like a little over 2 minutes. This is the first rendition of Regentrification, which is now a full-length documentary. I chose this one to show because this is this is an important one that Lyrical Opposition wouldn't be here without this short film. We essentially got the proof of concept was this film. We got funding to move to Brisbane, so because of this film. We're here in Brisbane, so thank you. Yeah, hope you enjoy. It was my first attempt on being a director, and this is it.
Just running from the top?
Yeah.
You all prayed so perfectly just now in the growing San Francisco language. Tomorrow we start again with the goal. New neighbors in a trance of spiritual infancy, newspaper people describing the way the non-white class body stretches out on benches, how the city will sit you down next to the kindest alcoholism, spare fanaticism of steel, in the shooting gallery that becomes a shooting gallery or the next vaudeville Congress accordingly, Newspaper people wanting in on underground gambling shacks, maybe even on sensible proletariat retribution perfectly. From your lips to courthouse tiles, the revolution that devils do. Discovered by young artists in the complexity of passing, predictable, anti-elder, easy to kill, illegitimate to Africa, white counterculture, like a lighthouse in the middle of a prison. Or ageless joke about how well religions work, where white authors have been dreamscape for the petty bourgeoisie who have tempers, but not dance floor tempers, who have to write fiction to redeem a neighborhood mauling, write myths about how the jungle makes its faces, makes its passports to the shelter system, mauling page after page, delivered to powerlessness, sweet honey county line terrorism takes neighbors, apostle brain matter what buckets are made for, pray over these buckets, comment on slavery, loosen the white supply of whiskey, supply of white city, why not shower with light? Really clean the blood off your shoes and walled off language quotes from the newer undergrounds. The white movie drags on a ton of limbs made into one glass rim into a music of compassion, or star in the minds of addicts who really count out here. When they talk about the summer, they make it sound like Birds of Prey were involved. Our next duet back in San Francisco in a symmetry of rage, breaking the news that the city did not have to die young.
Okay, next we have Lise Dumont is going to read us a story.
Hello. The Dictionary Stand, a work of fiction based loosely on memory. Some of my earliest memories of my dad involve him standing in front of the stand, leaning over the giant dictionary perched atop it, looking for the definition of whatever word he wanted to impart on us at that moment. If that man did nothing else for the 5 kids he reared, he gave each and all of us a keen sense for words. After all, he proudly owned a 10-inch thick book explaining them in all their glory, in very small type on paper that you could practically see through, cradled in the wide, flat-bottomed V shape of that beautifully carved and carefully polished walnut dictionary stand. One day I remember vividly, I must have been around 10, he challenged the 5 of us to find the longest word in the dictionary. Among jostling elbows, we flipped through it, gently because we knew what that dictionary meant to him. The 3 youngest of us took turns getting on a stool to reach it. We would come across a word that looked sort of long: Tyrannosaurus, Machiavellian, apoplectic, and shout it out as we strove to win the contest. Each time my dad would smile and shake his head and say, "Nope, there's a longer one." Non-essential, octogenarian, soliloquy. Those aren't even close, he would say. We tried supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, which everyone knew at that time in America, but he claimed it wasn't a word and proved it when he suggested we look it up. Darn. Back at it, notwithstanding, unobtrusively, homogeneous, antediluvian. After a good half hour of this, just as our enthusiasm was starting to wane, he gently pushed us aside and asked if we wanted to know what the real longest word in the dictionary was. He made a show of flipping through the pages and going up and down a few of them with his finger. He even pulled out a 6-inch ruler and measured one as he nodded with satisfaction. Then he cleared his throat and gravely pronounced, clearly enunciating each syllable, anti-disestablishmentarianism. 28 letters long. We counted them. Then he made us learn what it meant, though none of us truly understood what the definition actually meant, given that it had to do with politics and religious institutions and other such adult concerns. Not long after that, my 2 older brothers and I were horsing around in his office. When one brother threw a Nerf football at my other brother and me, we both dove to catch it and landed on the dictionary stand, sending it and the giant book flying. Game suddenly over, we righted the stand and replaced the book and inspected both for damage. A hunk of decorative wood on the shaft of the stand had broken off. Just as we were arguing over what to do about it, our dad walked in. He took a moment to assess the situation, cleared his throat, and said to his 3 fearful oldest children, "I want you all to look up the definition of responsibility and proceed accordingly." And he turned and left the room. Much relieved, we did. Then we pooled our pocket money, walked to the hardware store to buy some wood glue, and came home to fix the dictionary stand using a clamp borrowed from our grandfather, who also chimed in with advice. Our dad never mentioned it again. Years later, after my dad died and we were clearing out the house, no one wanted the stand and its 10-inch thick dictionary. I actually did, but I lived across the country and the cost of shipping seemed prohibitive, and at the time it was for me. So it was sold in the estate sale. I regret not having splurged to keep that repaired stand and its dusty dictionary and the words and memories it held. We never did confirm whether anti-disestablishmentarianism was the longest word in that dictionary, though we never found a longer one. And it's far from the longest word in modern dictionaries where word lengths swell into the 40-character range. But it no doubt remains the longest word that I can spell without having to pause and think about it. ANTIDISESTABLISHMENTARIANISM. And I always smile when I do. Thank you.
Okay, most of you know Keith Moreau, and also hopefully you know that he's been working on a Brisbane history project and has been interviewing a lot of the citizens of Brisbane, including myself, and a number of you are here tonight. And he's going to give us a preview of some of the work that he's been doing in his short film.
My parents moved from the San Francisco area to Brisbane in '37. So that was 86 years ago. I was 1 year old. They rented a home at 392 Klamath Street across from Hilltop Market. And the lifestyle growing up in Brisbane was much like Huckleberry Finn and Tom Sawyer, in that where I'm sitting today was really a swamp that led into what we called Hanson's Ranch, where Hanson breeding cattle, where the industrial park was a ranch. So between the swamp and the ranch, we did a lot of different things. For example, catching frogs. Once we caught these frogs, we'd sell them to the lady who used them in her yard to get rid of the insects. 10 cents for a small frog, 25 cents for a bigger frog.
The show was always really popular. And then next to the show was the Brisbane Inn. And that time it was a one-level building, and you walked straight in, and on each side there were just big plate glass windows. And then across the street there was the tract office. After the war, it just seemed like everything blossomed, everything got built up. We had all kinds of stores. We had a shoe store, a women's store, 2 little hamburger joints where you could go have soda pop or milkshake. It was really nice. There was even a store where you could go buy tubes for the radios before transistors, beauty shops in these tiny little buildings. It was so cute. More than 3 people couldn't get in the beauty shop at one time. The store on Visitation, which is now Midtown, it was called The Market. I thought it was really strange, even as a kid, because it was totally open, where flies could all come in, and I thought that was weird. But that's the way they ran it for quite a while, and then they put up doors.
My cousin and myself and my sister and brother used to always run down to their house, and she had a little window in the house where people would come up to pay their water bills. My grandmother would always have graham crackers and milk for us, and then we would sit out, and that's when mostly everything was like berry bushes and overgrown grass and flowers, and we would sit under the berry bushes and eat berries until we got stomach aches. People would take cardboard boxes and put wax on the bottom, and it was all like wild growth up there, and they would just have races down the mountain. Brisbane was almost like living out in farmland.
When I was growing up, they used to burn the empty lots every year. The fire department, volunteer fire department, would go around and burn the grass off the empty lots. And then the next spring, the empty lots would just be filled with wildflowers. And then when the grass got long and dry and beautiful, we'd get cardboard and slide down all the empty lots.
Brisbane was a good place to grow up in if you didn't need structured activities, because there was a bay that we could go down to and build rafts. There was a cow pasture that would flood in the winter, and you had to walk across the San Francisco water pipe to get over. There was a mountain that we could climb up on. And in the summertime, the fire department would burn the weeds off of vacant lots. And in those days, there were a lot of vacant lots in town. A lot of kids would get entertained by working with the fire department. They'd be given wet gunny sacks, and if the flames got out of control, they would swat them out. So that was another fun activity you could do.
Castañadas Canyon. There used to be an old bay tree there that I'm pretty sure the Ohlone had hollowed out. It had been hollowed out with fire, so you could climb up the limb, slip into it, and then slide down into the trunk. And we could probably get about 3 or 4 of us youngsters in the trunk, which was hollow. And it also sported a rope swing off of it. So it was a wonderful playground for us when we were young.
One of the big things that we used to do was get our Army canteens and hike up the Army Road and hike to NBC Towers, where we slid down the N and the NBC and knocked on the door, and they would let us in and let us have ice water from their cooler. So that was a big Saturday adventure.
We used to go up to Giant Rock. And so we would go harvest buckeyes, all the way up, right? And everybody would take, you always take your shirt and tuck it, and then you got a pile of buckeyes, right? And that's where we'd have the Buckeye Wars, We'd go up to Giant Rock. And so you'd get on each side of the canyon. We'd have teams, right, and throw buckeyes at each other. They'd fire them across the canyon. Like I said, I was always the youngest, so you'd throw it. Well, one guy runs out of buckeyes and decides to throw rocks. And of course, me, I stick my head up and bust my head open.
Being able to remember how it all started. This is where it started. This is the beginning. This is the beginning. And I look up the hill, the houses on the left, the houses on the right. Quite often I will drive through to remind myself what it was like. It was so much a part of my roots, this town.
So much glare that my camera. Oh, so this is my new little camera. I think you might have seen me when I brought a really big honking one, and now we've devolved to this. But it works pretty well. Anyway, the experience of recording dozens of people so far, many old-time Brisbane residents and some younger ones, and some people that are also just more recent residents, but also important to the town, has been an amazing experience, and this is just a sample of it. There's many, many, many hours more. So, and I want to thank the City of Brisbane. They've actually allowed me to use this space. It's actually the emergency room, the police emergency room in City Hall. So there's also rations there. So you can, if you get hungry, you can break open the MRE rations. But some of the people that actually have attended have actually been recorded by me. They're go into a room and they sit in a chair and there's actually a green screen behind them. So what you saw, that background actually it's a green screen, but I keyed out the background to make it look black. And then they're staring ahead at this police target practice dummy. It's a taser target practice. So but considering all those conditions, they've done amazing. And so thank you for all the people that are here that saw yourself up on the screen. If you didn't see yourself up on the screen, you will. 5 minutes is a very short amount of time to produce a meaningful film. So don't worry about being cut out or anything. We've got hours and hours of footage. So it will be a mini series coming out soon. Actually, realistically, I think we're probably going to try to have some type of event here, probably at Mission Blue this year. I'm not sure exactly when it's going to happen. We're going to talk with Caroline Chung. By the way, if Caroline's here, she was supposed to be here. If she's here, hi. Thanks for all your help. We're going to try to put together something in the city, kind of a city event that has a long version of the film and maybe a panel with some of the old timers and other people important to the town. So stay tuned. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, so next we have Melissa Alex Medel, and she's going to do a Tai Chi presentation. She teaches Tai Chi here in town.
This is the great land of the crouching tiger and hidden dragon. You want to know who I am? After I finish, I will come to your schools and pay my respects to you. Right now, I bow to you and your ancestors in greeting and great respect, and please accept my courtesy now.
Well, I'm next, Beth Grossman. So tonight I'm going to share with you a film, process film, that I made about the work that I have that's actually on view at City Hall in the conference room right now. It's called Of Biblical Proportions, and it's about the new climate terminology that we're coming to use to describe the extreme weather that we have these days. And so I'll show you the film, and then I want to tell you a little bit more about it afterwards. It's time for the big reveal, so I'm going to be taking the letters off. So thanks for joining me. I'm so excited. The ways we describe the weather no longer suit the extreme conditions that we are experiencing. Torrential rainstorms like the ones in California are now called atmospheric rivers, deluges from a volume of water greater than the Mississippi River hanging in the sky. The extreme dust storms in places like Arizona are now commonly called haboobs, a name borrowed from Arabic, evoking the notorious sandstorms in the Middle East. The new cycles of our extreme seasons are bringing destruction of biblical proportions to our landscape. Our conversations are no longer about if humans are responsible for global warming, but rather about the changes we are living with. New stories for each season are being written by nature on the landscape. So we grieve, we recover, and nature carries us on until the weather leaves its next mark. Our expanding climate language recognizes the state of our new reality. This climate scroll is going to be on view at City Hall through mid-April. And in lieu of having a reception where we all stand around and drink wine, I thought we could do a little climate action. And so I'm going to be hosting 3 artist studios in City Hall. The first one is this coming Wednesday, February 7th, from 3 to 5:30. And then every other Wednesday for the next 2 times after that, and we'll see how it goes. But I'm going to teach people how to make climate action postcards using sort of a similar process, but we'll use colored pencils. And I just want to invite you to come and draw and express yourself and talk about what we care about our environment and what we want to do to be the ancestors that we want to be for the next generation. So I have some little flyers if you want, plus there will be notices in various communications through the city and on Facebook and all of that. And then one final thing is that this is just the spring. There's 4 seasons to happen. I got to loan a studio from Jennifer Ewing, who's here tonight, while she was gone, and that's when this project was born, and there's 3 more left to go. And I'm looking for a wall space of about 18 feet, so since this is 17 feet. So if anybody knows of anything, please let me know. So thank you so much for your attention. I hope you'll come by City Hall. Again, the best time to come is during one of my my artist studio times, but you could also call the rec department to find out. Make sure there's no meetings happening in there if you want to stop by and just see it. Thank you. Okay, so our last act before the intermission, we have some Kathak dancing by Swetha Ravi Aswin, and so I'd like to call her up here.
Good evening. We are new to Brisbane and so excited to be here. So a little description about this song. It is set in early 1900s India. A Tawayif is a courtesan, is dancing to welcome her newfound love. She describes that she has never complained about the very difficult life that she's led so far, but that the only thing she wants right now, the only thing she prays for is to be with this person. So the name of the song is Mar Dala. It means it kills me. So it kills her to be so in love with this man, is what she's singing to her lover. So I am performing a mix of mujra, which is a dance which is danced sitting on the floor, and a tarana, which is a fast-paced and danced upright. These are 2 elements of Kathak, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much.
किसकी है आहट ये किसका है साया हुई दिल में दस्तक यहाँ कौन आया हम पे ये किसने हरा रंग डाला हम पे ये किसने हरा रंग डाला खुशी ने हमारी हमें मार डाला मार डाला मार डाला हाँ मार डाला किसने हरा रंग डाला खुशी ने हमारी हमें मार डाला हमें मार डाला हमें मार डाला ना चांद हथेली पर सजाया ना तारों से कोई भी रिश्ता बनाया न रब से भी कोई शिकायत की हर गम को हमने छुपाया हर सितम को हंस के उठाया कांटों को भी गले से लगाया और फूलों से जख्म खाया हम मगर दुआ में जब ये हाथ उठाया ओ हम मगर दुआ में जब ये हाथ उठाया खुदा से दुआ डाला ओ मार डाला मार डाला ओ मार डाला मार डाला मार डाला मार डाला मार डाला
Hello, hello. Woo! Thank you so much for coming up. And we hope more of you will join. My two friends from Foster City, please join. They promised me they would, and now they're sitting put. So not fair. Come on. Okay, great. So, first things first. Let's each find a partner, preferably someone you don't know. Yeah? Everyone found their partners? Okay. Who's gonna be my partner? Jyotsna? You're always my partner. That's okay. Okay, great. So can we just have the music once? So just to get a feel for it.
Yeah! Control! Wait a minute! Uh-oh.
सलाम ले जाता हुआ उड़न खटोला और बीन बजाती हुई नागिन
Shake your body, girl.
So we start with our partners. So we're facing each other the first time. Okay, so we're going to go down. You. 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 Yes, I know I'm in love with you. Okay, so 4 times. And then one of the partner goes in front. Okay, and you decide who goes which direction. When you do that, okay. So we go, and we're like, We still have time if anyone wants to join. Alright, so we do that. I think it's 4 or 8 times. Let's just go with the flow and see. All right, so after that, we just come right next to each other. And then your hands go out like that. Yeah. And then you go 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's all go right. Right, 2, we go. So we're gonna hop forward. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Little hops. And we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're gonna go back 2, 3. Me. You. Me. Nice. And then we're also going to do come. No, go away. Come. Go away. Okay, and then one hand goes in the back. With your left hand goes in the back. Right hand pointed. And then you go 1, 2, 3, 4. Stop. Just from here to there, the semicircle. And then the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right? Yep. So this is all about sass and like attitude and like, I'm good looking, I'm awesome. All right? Let's do it with the attitude. Okay. Let's have the music.
Yeah! Control! Wait a minute!
Uh-oh.
सलाम ले जाता हुआ उड़न खटोला और बीन बजाती हुई नागिन
Shake your body, girl.
Let's do it one last time. You know, this is like when you're working out, you're like, is 7 reps enough? Or should I do one more, right? It's the one more. This is the winner. So, all right, so let's face the camera. You and me. We're partners. All right. Is everyone visible in the cameras?
If you face the camera, you guys are just people at home can watch it.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I think we can all move forward a little bit. Yeah. Nice.
No further. X is the farthest we want you guys to go, but you are trying to.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay. Got it. You know, dance is like community, right? Like it's all about coming together. So, great. No.
All right. When you guys are looking. Ready? Here we go.
Yeah! Control! Wait a minute!
Uh-oh.
सलाम ले जाता हुआ उड़न खटोला और बीन बजाती हुई नागिन
Shake your body, girl.
Okay, now we can settle in for the second half, and we're going to start that with music by Austin Yu.
Thank you, Beth. So first, Swetha didn't just teach me a few dance moves or two, also showed me I need to do more cardio. I'm like out of breath. Now I gotta sing. And if you look really closely at this sign, you might be expecting two of us. Kai had a medical emergency this morning, so it's just me. He's fine, he's home now, but it's different fine getting discharged from the hospital versus fine standing here singing a song. So you're stuck with me and me talking about me. So my focus on music lately has been finding pre-existing songs and layering them on top of each other to come up with something new, kind of, and kind of unexpected and hopefully entertaining. So Kai and I actually had this whole thing planned out for tonight that was all about what I think is sometimes the underlooked complexities of fathers and their relationships with their sons. But without Kai, you're now left with kind of a more simple, straightforward song about a jilted ex-lover who is so over you that they're gonna sing not one, but two songs about just how over you they are. So, enjoy.
Someone I don't know.
but now you're calling me. You want me back again, but I've just got to turn my head and start to pretend I've never seen you. You're someone I don't know. Are you just a somebody that I used to know? You can talk about old times, they don't mean nothing to me. You're fading fast out of my memory. You can talk about old times, they don't mean nothing to me. You're fading fast out of my memory. Now you're just somebody that I used to know. You're fading fast out of my memory.
Okay, so I have a special treat for you next. Gary Epting lives across the street from me. I should actually say paints across the street from me all the time, nonstop. And I have had the privilege to get to see some of his work, and I have been asking him for 22 years to participate in this, and he finally agreed to do that. And he's put together a really beautiful film of his paintings, and get ready to be amazed. all of you know Tony Press, the writer about town. He's got commentary and smiles for everyone. So come on up, Tony.
Thank you all. Earlier this evening, we were looking at Brisbane and listening about Brisbane in the 1930s and the 1940s. Some of it's hard to believe, but it's real. And so I have a story from you from 1942, but in New York City. And it's fiction, but if you all remember Chief Broom from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, it might apply here. Chief Broom said, "But it's the truth, even if it didn't happen." So here's my story. It's called Penn Station Sunday, 1942. I walked the 40 minutes from my family's apartment on 72nd Street, the September morning already muggy and warm, entering Penn Station at 7:30 on the dot. It was bustling. When was it not? But because it was Sunday, it was both bustling and calm, if that were possible. I've lived in New York my entire life, all 19 years. I've even worked right here for 2 summers, selling magazines, newspapers, cigars, cigarettes, and gum. Oh, so many packs of gum from Jimmy Mack's booth. That was a good job. My next job I wasn't so sure about. I was taking the 1040 to Pittsburgh, then transferring to another line, then another, to end up in Texas in a couple of days. Today was Sunday, yes. Tomorrow was Monday. And on Thursday, I was reporting for duty at Camp Maxey, near a city called Paris, which made no sense at all. Wherever it was, I'd be lugging my bag the entire route. Upon arrival, I'd be issued a new set of clothes, government issue, army green. I bought a Daily News from someone at Jimmy's booth, someone I'd never seen before, grabbed coffee from another vendor, found a bench with a direct view of the massive clock. I had over 2 hours to wait, but I was fine with that. First, I believed in arriving early, but more, I wanted one last Penn Station experience. When would I be here again? And where else, I wondered, did I feel so at home? Certainly not at home, despite the best efforts of my mother, my stepmother, my 2 little sisters. There was nothing horrible about any of those people, but man, that apartment was small. It was like it had hands that too often clutched my neck. Yes, an exaggeration, but it was darn small, hard to breathe. And there was one more reason to be here this early, in this spot. Call it hope. No, better, call it by its true name, Sheila. Blue-eyed Sheila, whom I'd met only 2 weeks ago in a CYO dance way out in Brooklyn. Chunky, sweet Sheila, who had moved here from California only 6 months earlier. Sheila, who had kissed me that night on the R train back to Manhattan, and who had kissed me on 3 separate occasions since then. She did the paperwork for her uncle's plumbing supply company in the Bronx, lived with a cousin near Chinatown, and took care of the cousin's kid pretty much every hour she wasn't on the job. It was actually her first dance since coming to town. I'd gone out there with 2 buddies, a spur-of-the-moment decision by the 3 of us, each a recent high school graduate. Class of 42, that's who. The other 2 guys were shipping out next week, Merchant Marine. The kisses on the R train, the kisses the following Tuesday, Sunday, and Tuesday again. And today was Sunday. She knew I was leaving. I told her the first night, a few minutes before we reached Canal Street, her stop. I couldn't not tell her. The look on her face, the moment she understood what I was saying, whatever else happened in my life, that look I would never forget. I sipped my coffee, regretting the lack of cream. I opened the paper of the sports, The Yanks lost yesterday, but I knew that, and they'd already locked up the pennant. Series was starting on Wednesday. I closed the paper, set it down, stood, stretched, sat down again. I walked over to the trash bin and tossed my empty cup. I came back to the bench, opened the paper again, this time to the crossword, pulled out a pen, stared at it for a few minutes, but didn't start. I closed my eyes, pen still in hand. When I opened them, Sheila was standing 10 feet in front of me, wearing the same green dress she'd worn in Brooklyn. Little white flowers danced on the shoulders. She was smiling. I didn't know if my own face were smiling or crying or both. And then I saw, on the scuffed floor beside her, surrounded by cigarette butts and mustard-stained napkins, the most beautiful sight of my life, a tiny blue Samsonite suitcase. Thank you.
Okay. A couple years ago, we got new neighbors across the street, and we couldn't have been luckier. And they have a group called Hitchhiking Honeymooners. It's Marymoore, Patterson, and Eric Beattie, and Lary Chung. So come on up, and we're going to play some music for you.
We are so lucky and grateful to have Lary Chung here on pedal steel with us. He's from San Francisco. He's a wonderful teacher, and he's sitting in for Sam Pointer, who's the third member of our group, and Sam is also a co-writer on this song we're about to sing. And I wrote the song for Marymoore a few years ago when we were going through some high stress, and I haven't yet taken my own advice that's inside this song, but I will, I promise, and we will. And one day, we'll slow it down. And that's the name of the song, Slow It Down. Whoa, let's slow it down. Slow it down. Whoa. Let's slow it down. Take my hand, we'll dream of gentle breezes, hope and grace, peaceful valleys, sacred space, you and I. Oh, we'll fly away. Someday we'll slow it down. And when we reach the golden meadow, break out chairs, guitar, and banjo.
slow it down.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Beth. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you all for coming. Thank you, JoJo. Everybody who's participated in making this another wonderful night. I'm so grateful to be part of the Brisbane artist community. And I welcome all the new artists that we've seen tonight, incredibly talented, wonderful artists. It's such a privilege to be a part of this community. So it's great to be following Eric and Marymoore and Lary on pedal steel. Great work, Lary, a wonderful addition to my friends. So how about a little bit more of Hitchhiking Honeymoon? I thought you might like a little bit more of them. This is 4 songs, a montage of 4 songs, excerpts for 4 songs that they performed in our park concert last August. And it was wonderful to be part of the editing. Keith stood in for me because I had a family emergency. I had to be in Colorado. But it's been so uplifting to work on this project in these terribly sad, difficult, and challenging times we're living through. So thank you, Eric and Marymoore, and thank you all for being here. Enjoy.
guys. Thanks for coming out.
Nothing more than this. We're so lucky now. You could call it bliss. You could call it bliss. Nothing more than this. Call it bliss.
The name of our group is Hina'aro Nui, and we love coming here every year to share in Brisbane Artist Evening of Sharing, to give the community of Brisbane a little look as to what we do as our form of art. Our dances are coming from the islands of Tahiti with an apurima, or a dance done with lyrical music, and then an otea, a dance to drums. So we put a small little showcase for you guys to enjoy. Sit back and let us know what you think after.
We are the Brisbane Artists. Thank you all so much for coming. I want to have a special thanks to the Brisbane City Council for your continued support and many of you for being here tonight. The Brisbane Parks and Rec Department, I've worked closely with all the staff. They've been amazing. We thank them so much. Sharon Boggs, again, thank you so much. And Sound Productions is her company, and she's been working tonight with Gabi. And Jojo Martin, Lumigeek Lighting. So, and all of you, I speak for the Brisbane Artists, we could not ask for a more loving, supportive, enthusiastic audience that comes back every year to see what we're up to and to watch us grow and expand. So thank you so much for being here. We're the Brisbane Artists.
And there's somebody named Beth Grossman who has a lot to do with this.